Hey everybody, it's Crescent Dragonwagon here. I'm a children's book writer and I'm coming to you to say hello and to read a story to you. And this story is set in the early spring. We've just had the early spring, but you might be watching this any time of the year. You might be watching it in winter or summer or fall or in spring. But you know, with the thing of years, they go in a circle. So if it's winter now, you can look forward to spring. And if it's spring now, you'll know that winter is coming. So in time, there's a kind of thing that is almost beyond time. Something is always ending and something is always beginning. And that's a little of the feeling in Home Place. I wrote this book one spring when I had been on a walk in Arkansas, and I had been in the woods, and I had noticed spots where daffodils came up bright yellow, and yet there was no sign of a house there. Daffodils aren't a wildflower, so I knew somebody must have planted them. But who? So that's what I was thinking about when I came home, and I put down the words of my wonderings, and they became this book, beautifully illustrated with pictures by Jerry Pinkney. Are you ready to hear it? I'm ready to read it to you. Home Place by Crescent Dragonwagon, illustrated by Jerry Pinkney. Every year these daffodils come up. There is no house near them. There's nobody to water them, unless someone happens to come this way, like us, this Sunday afternoon, just walking. There is not even anyone to see them. But still they come up, these daffodils, in a row, a yellow splash, brighter than sunlight or lamplight or butter. Still they come up, these daffodils, cups lifted to trumpet the good news of spring. Though maybe no one hears except the wind and the raccoons who rustle at night, and the deer who nibble delicately at the new green growth, and the squirrels who jump from branch to branch of the old black walnut tree. But once someone lived here. How can you tell? Look, a chimney made of stone back there, half standing yet, though honeysuckle's grown around it. There must have been a house here. Look, push aside these weeds. Here's a stone foundation laid on earth. The house once here was built on it. And if there was a house, there was a family. Dig in the dirt, scratch deep, and what do you find? A round blue glass marble, a nail, a horseshoe, and a piece of plate, a small yellow bottle, a china doll's arm. Listen. Can you listen back? Far back? No, that's not the wind. That's now. Listen back and hear. A man's voice, scratchy, sweet, singing Amazing Grace. A rocking chair, squeaking, creaking on a porch. The bubbling hot fat in a black skillet, the chicken frying, and Tommy, get in here this minute if I have to call you one more time. And ah me, it's hot. And reckon it'll storm? I don't know. I sure hope. We sure could use it. And supper. Supper time! If you look, you can almost see them. The boy at dusk, scratching in the dirt with his stick, the uneven swing hanging vacant in the black walnut tree, listless in the heat, the girl upstairs combing out her long, long hair, unpinning, unbraiding, and combing by an oval mirror. Downstairs, Papa washing dishes as Mama sweeps the floor, and Uncle Ferd, Mama's brother, coming in, whistling, back from shutting up the chickens for the night, wiping the sweat from his forehead. Ah, Lord, it's hot, even late as it is. Yes, it surely is. Someone swats at a mosquito. Bedtime. But in that far back summer night, the swing begins to sway as the wind comes up and the rain comes down. There's thunder, there's lightning. That's just like now. The dry, dusty earth soaks up the water, the roots of the plants, like the daffodil bulbs the mama planted, hidden under the earth, but alive and growing. The roots drink it up. A small green snake coils happily in the wet woods, and Tommy sleeps straight through the storm. Anna, the girl who wishes for a yellow hair ribbon, wakes and then returns to sleep like Uncle Ferd, sighing as he dreams of walking down a long road with change in his pocket. But then the mother wakes, and wakes the father, her husband, and they sit on the side of the bed and watch the rain together without saying a word. In the house where everyone else still sleeps. Her head's on Papa's shoulder, her long hair falling down her back. She's wearing a white nightgown that makes her look almost like a ghost when the lightning flashes. And now, she is a ghost, and we can only see her if we try. We're not sure if we're making her up, imagining, or if we really can see her, imagining the home place as it might have been, or was, before the house burned down, or everyone moved away, and the woods moved in. Her son and daughter grown and gone, her brother who went to Chicago, her husband, even her grandchildren, even her house, all gone, almost as gone as if they had never laughed and eaten chicken and rocked, played and fought and made up, combed hair, washed dishes, swept, sang and scratched at mosquito bites. Almost as gone, but not quite. Not quite. They were here. This was their home. For every year. In a quiet green place where there's only a honeysuckle-vined chimney to tell you there was ever a house, if, that is, you happen to travel that way and wonder, like we did, where there's only a marble, a doll, a nail, a horseshoe, a piece of plate, a single rotted, almost gone piece of rope swaying on a black walnut tree limb, to tell you there was ever a family here? Only deer and raccoons and squirrels instead of people, to tell you there were living creatures each year, still, whether anyone sees or not, whether anyone listens or not, the daffodils come up to trumpet their good news forever and forever. Thank you so much for being here with us. And look at that little girl. She's got that little yellow bottle she found in that last picture. Do you think in that bottle she might be seeing all the things that we saw in that book? Do you think that's what she was imagining? And there are her parents. Do they know what she's thinking? Do they know the world that she might have found inside that yellow bottle, or inside what she was thinking? And it all began for her with seeing those daffodils and knowing that somebody, somewhere, sometime, must have planted them. And so that was very much what I was thinking about when I saw the daffodils on that spring day. People have been here before us, and they left us things to find. People will come here after us, and we'll leave things for them to find. And that is part of our journey from here to there and ending up in our own home place. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I hope to do it again. Bye.